Greetings from the middle of the map. This is Renee Benson at AV Renee KC. You are listening to and watching the AV Life.
Hey, this is Nancy Blanchard with ScreenBeam, and I am these past 2 days in Denver. And I thought, well, you know what? I'll jump in and say hi. And you're listening to and watching the AV Life.
Hello, everyone from the left coast here in California. I am joining you as a author, an AV veteran, project manager. My name's Murphy Daley, and this is, as all of us know, the AV Life.
And I'm your host, Tim Van Woert, coming at you from the East Coast and the great state of New Jersey, which Joe Way would always debate me on. But as your host here tonight, you are watching and listening to the AV Life. All right, folks, we're back and we doubled again. All right, we're getting back to normal here, so I'm happy about this. So I know these last few weeks have been a little crazy for everybody here. So how we all holding up?
Okay.
You know what saying? I was going to say peachy keen, but living the dream, Tim.
Living the dream.
Something happened over here, like yesterday, today. It is, you may have noticed, December. We are in December, no joke. But suddenly it turned 80 degrees today. So
wow.
What?
We had a windstorm here in Denver, and it's so funny because the tumbleweeds were running across the street, and I actually drove over a couple of them. But the last time I saw tumbleweed was in New Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah, you got them there in the Wild West.
So yeah, everything's crazy.
Well, and I'm at 32 degrees here right now. I'm in the basement. I got my sweatshirt on. I'm bundled up warm. And my son got to see Santa today, so we're in full Christmas mode here today. Yep, it was our annual trip to go see Mall Santa. So
nice, very nice.
Yep. It is kind of cute though, because we've been going every year. So like I've got a picture like every year with the Santa, and he's been growing up, and
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it was a little chilly today though. So I think my cheeks are still recovering. So
well, it's weird. It's been really busy. I don't know what happened, but I think several of our reseller partners decided to have all their national sales meetings at the end of the year. So I think it's because it's typically a little bit slower for everybody with people being off and, businesses being closed, whatever. But it's been nonstop. Literally, I blinked and it was November. So you say December, I'm like, oh shoot, not only is it December, isn't it like December 9th?
It's the 9th. Yeah. By the time you hear this, it's going to be the 15th, but so
crazy. So it's been busy, but I know at Sony, our last day of work is the 19th. So that's nice, because then they give us some time off, although I'll still be working. I mean, running errands and still be working.
Yeah.
But
how's that work for you, Renee? Because we have forced PTO during the holidays because it's slower.
We have unlimited PTO. So we have days off, and then, we have the set days off that Sony gives us, but then we have unlimited PTO. So they give us so much time off, you hardly really need to take time off. So, but they want you to just feel comfortable. But, as well, if I'm not there answering my emails or answering my phone, then my customers aren't being taken care of. So even though we'll be off, my phone will be attached to me. I will still check emails when I'm home and that sort of thing. But it is kind of nice if you've got to go get some last minute shopping or running or, I don't know, spa day or anything like that you can, have that. But
Dan, that's what we've been talking about this month. You got to take care of yourself. You got to, take that time for yourself.
Well, that's the thing. Like what do you, because I've always been biz development and now I'm sales. So, at what point can you do that of saying, listen, I'm stepping back. I know I've got a quota and I've got all this to do, but I need time for myself.
Yeah, you have to find that happy medium, right? You have to.
But you have to have leadership be able to accept that as well, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I still feel like, I have a boss, I have a VP, I have, Sony's a behemoth of a company, but I still feel like I run my territory like I would my own company. Like my territory is my business. And if I set the expectations for my customers, like, hey, I'm going to be off today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree with that.
Then like, if I do sit down and have a minute and want to check a couple emails and there's a quote that I want to get done, I don't want to leave him hanging, I'll jump on and do it, or if there's, set expectations, like, can I get that to you tomorrow? Or
isn't that also like communicating with everybody so they know?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
they don't have anything, they're like, but I need an answer to whatever. Like,
Yeah.
well, you've already checked with them, told them, say,
Yeah.
Like I prepared my consultants when I went away for 2 weeks and on a Disney cruise.
Mhm.
And I said, listen, I'm going to be away. If you can wait, that's fine. If not, and then I listed my sales engineers that they could be able to get in contact with.
Yeah, I think you set those expectations. Like, I always put on my out of office, like, you can reach out to this person, or if you need me, text my cell. And if I get a text from a customer, that means they must need me, that I'll go take care of them. So I think like just set expectations and let them know I'll be around. But
I think it's more from a leadership that I wonder about of, well, how do they look at that? Because for them, they're like, well, now you're not in front of your customers. You're not bringing in sales. You're not doing this. You're not doing that.
Well, hopefully they trust you that you're taking care of business.
Yeah.
They hired you to do a job because they trust you and you had a good background and qualifications. So hopefully they trust that you're going to do the best for your customers and do, the right thing. It's not like
that's what I agree with.
for a week, something,
And so if they don't get an escalation, that would be the time when it's a problem, is if the customer bounces over you, like can't reach you, can't reach any of your team, and then has to go to a VP higher up, then it's an issue. But
I try to make sure that never happens.
Right.
I need my VP to know that something happened. So I'm the quiet one in the Midwest, just fly over. It's just fine. But I know like a lot of schools will, be closed for a short time. So my resellers are going to be in there pounding out, installs and that sort of thing. So, I'm going to be on alert that if somebody needs something or something arrives damaged and they need something shipped, I'm going to make sure I'm there for them. But I'll tell you what, man, if it can wait and I can take a minute, I'm going to. It's been a really busy year. I feel like we say this every year, but like this last quarter of just weirdness and a push for orders, as I'm sure you're hearing Nancy's like, okay,
has it been slow for you?
I wouldn't say slow as more as business is just projects are dragging out. Projects are, I mean, I had a higher ed facility that I was down there in, I'm going to say September. And they're like, we should be able to start placing these orders by November for sure.
Yeah.
It was just pushed to April.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
I'm here, which is fine, but it's just a lot of that. So what happens is it's like, okay, now your numbers are kind of, skewed for the quarter. And
that's what we're getting to from our CEO, the same thing. So what I keep taking back to them is it's not just us, it's every other manufacturer, so that they understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and it's not just, I was saying, it's not just us in AV. It's like all IT is like this right now.
Yeah.
So because I had a conversation today with our folks that we have a tech store on campus. So like the kids could like buy their stuff or get support like from them. And they also do employee purchase stuff. So I was able to do that for some Christmas presents. But we were having a whole conversation about getting product and, because some of the lead times are a little wild still, which is interesting. Anyway, we talked about that in a past episode where, it's just weird right now. And that's,
well, I mean, I went on Amazon yesterday and today to try to find some funny sweaters, like for a couple of Christmas parties I have coming up. And I'm like, they're not going to be here before Christmas. or they're not going to be here before the party. I'm like, what happened to the day that you could get on there and they would be there that afternoon at your front door?
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh my gosh, my Christmas party is like the 18th and I can't get something in time for that. I mean, there's some out there, but like the cute ones that I was like looking at, I was like, delivery the 19th through the, I'm like, what? So, so it's other things too, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like
they're slowing down a bit too, because I had for buying things online for Amazon Black Friday, I was like, okay, I'm going to get this and I get this. And I clicked on it and I'm like, okay, I'm buying it, but it didn't come. And like, what's happening? And it turns out, as I began to look, Amazon has put in like 5 clicks to get to the part before you get to you actually bought it. I'm like, hey, I lost $1.50 on this sale that it hey. But yeah, so there's just to say that certain things, Amazon's previous, I remember the day when Amazon left nothing between you and the checkout. You thought you wanted to buy it. It was already on its way.
Yeah.
No, now there's like things that are kind of getting stuck and stuff like that. So that reminds me, Renee, what you're saying. It's like, I was going to buy it and it's taking a little longer. They're not in quite as a rush because maybe they're like, yeah, we know you. Gotcha.
And and I've had more than one order that said it's going to be there at a certain day. And that day I'm kind of waiting for it. And it said, your order will be delayed. Well, new update is tomorrow. I'm like, I needed it today. So I'm like, is Amazon even having issues?
Prime 2-day delivery is not what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Not just Prime. It's a lot of things.
But we'll get through. What are you seeing, Tim, on your end with projects that you guys are working on?
Well, and that's the thing is that, I mean, obviously, as it always has been, pricing is key. I'm still waiting for the approval for how many classrooms I'm going to be able to do this year. So I was supposed to have that answer in November, but it's now been pushed off again. So they did give us an extra day off during winter break, so I'm a little happy for that. But
good. You take it.
I'll take January 2nd off and have my 2 full weeks of time off. So almost 2 full weeks. But anyway,
very nice.
Yeah, but it's, I think, at least from my perspective, I'm still kind of in a holding pattern on what next year is going to look like. Like I was hoping I was going to have these answers. Like my goal, since I'm in now, I can still say I'm new into this role because it hasn't been a year yet. But my goal for this year was to get this year's projects set and funded by like February, so that way come May, I think graduation's on like the 12th, May 12th or something like that. By the time that date hits, we can go. Like that's what I want. I don't want this like lingering through the semester, like, and I know there are other things that were at work aside from like to change in, the staffing, but like, I really want to get these things done and paid and especially also, depending on what lead times are like, I want to make sure we're ready. So, and I still have 2 other rooms that need to get finished. So that's at least once those 2 rooms are done during winter break, then I'll also have more room to store more equipment. So,
and we are going to be in a weird spot because it's going to be our model change on our Bravia displays. So, they're going end of life and new ones will be coming in and I don't really know the exact time frame, but it'll be close to Infocom-ish, if not, right before. And I'm like, oh, what's that mean for my education buyers, that are going to be buying at that time? And it's like, oh, model change. It's like shift change.
Well, I mean, at least with where Infocom lands, we've already be thinking about the next budget year. So, so it's not terrible to come out at that point, aside from like, I don't know, like maybe for those folks that are at the very last minute, like,
Yeah.
but
We'll see how things go. 'Cause
yeah.
I had just started at Sony when that last model change went around, so I didn't deal with it I wasn't as entrenched as I am now. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm sure it'll all be fine. Just weird that we're already talking about things that are going to be happening right before InfoCom. Right before InfoCom. It's like, that's really, here we are again. Christmas time. Well, because I think those models are all going to be shown or talked about at ISE, right? That's where all the things kind of make their debut. I wanted to try to go this year to ISE.
Oh, it's such a great show, and I can't. It's all our engineers going. It is such a phenomenal show. There's just so much there. InfoCom's boring. It really is. It really is. But I had an engineering firm today, and they're young, and they're like, oh, we've heard that we should go to ISE. So I started telling them about it, that more and more Americans are attending it for that fact, because it gives you a flavor of technology that we don't see in North America. So like, for example, NEAT. And what is it? NEAT is here. NEAT is being used more. So it's just seeing what else is out there. What have people produced that maybe we haven't seen here in the US?
Well, if I go, this is on my own.
You know what? I would even recommend that. And the HETMA table, it's boom, 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 and it's busy and it's fun.
Yeah, I I've talked to Chris Netto, I've talked to Patty, I've talked to EFAT, like, okay.
I've even thought of going, but.
Yeah, one of these years I'll get out there, so.
Yeah,
well, the thing is that Teams now, Teams is being able to show your location to your employer. Did you?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I did hear something about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It should
be
an
option. It's an option that they can turn on. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're productive, it shouldn't matter where you are.
Yeah. Well, luckily they're used to me being out and about all the time, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I think it all depends on what your role is, like, but if you're allowed to be remote, then be remote and be productive.
I would assume they could, based on they own my phone and they own my laptop, I would assume that they've tracked me anyway. I don't know. I don't really care, but I would assume that, but I don't know.
They have to be motivated to go look. Either
I was going to say, I've never really gone MIA, so I don't know what the reason would be.
Right. Well, I would say that if you're questioning it, then obviously you shouldn't have hired me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, the only thing I would think of is with that, I don't know, maybe there would be security concerns for if like you're in a specific area that you shouldn't be in, but I'm going like full like dark mode, like conspiracy theory, like oh well, why is this gentleman in XYZ zone when he shouldn't be there? It's like
we're thinking of it in like the negative side, like what if they're watching you, but also what if it's a way of protecting you, like what if they don't, something happens, and far more likely that would be the case, I would think.
Yeah, I'd say I'd watch away. I don't have anything to hide, and if I'm on vacation, everybody knows it, or if I'm visiting family, everybody knows it, so I'm like, whatever. I got nothing. I'm an open book. Murphy.
So, anyway, hello. Yeah.
Do you have a PM minute? Or
oh my gosh, I kind of do.
Okay. We could kind of go with that.
This is when it comes to projects, right? There are times when a project can get really overwhelming and run aground. Like I could think I had a plan, got it all going in. There's a plan, we're going to do the thing, and we have all the pieces. But then it just grinds to a halt. Whoever, like all the things that were going to be happening get totally stuck. Like, and I like wait a little bit maybe, and I know, but then I realize the clock is ticking and it gets scary and like, oh my gosh, okay. When I don't know what to do, when I'm totally stuck, that's when I go back and rely on the certification and the textbooks. Like, it's completely seized. And this has happened once or twice in my career when I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, okay. In my case, this is the old faithful, the Project Management Book of Knowledge. This was the one that I had when I got my PMP. It's, I don't know, this is the 4th edition? No, this is the 3rd edition. It's probably on the 12th edition now or something. But when I was like, I don't know what to do, I'm like, okay. And I cracked the book and slowly read until I reminded myself of the basics.
The basics. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't necessarily need, okay. It was stuck. Things were absolutely stuck. But I had to know that it was where it is and tell the people, the higher ups, the people below, this is what the status is. And this is the way it's going to be until something changes. So even knowing that, going back to the training, figuring out, going, this is what it is. I'm sure this is what it is. And then I can rest in the stuckness if necessary, or also find a way to move something. But this can happen. And I've had it happen once or twice, and that's a bad moment to be in. But going back to the very basics to remind myself, yeah, I did do everything. This is how it's going to be until something changes. And that gives me a sense of confidence that I really have done all I can, and that I can recognize when something appears to allow for movement again.
That's good, because
That's good. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of that too, that we get going so quickly, or we get set in our ways and, maybe overlook things. And then when things go, whoa, let's go back to the beginning and start over. I think James was talking about that on here a few weeks ago, about even with his soccer players or what have you, go back to the basics. Like, why are they out there doing the basics? Well, you have to keep yourself doing the basics to keep moving on.
Well, that, it's funny you bring that up, because I noticed it this weekend with my son, actually, and we've compared sports so many times here, and this is another moment. They played phenomenal this weekend. It's a fifth and sixth grade team. They did great. I'm assistant coaching, and but I did notice that there are some just basic skills that we need to go over. So even though they've been playing now for 3-4 years, is like that repetition of doing the skills at practice and making sure we just being in the right position on defense, and, ball handling and things like that. Like little things like could have made a difference. So, but yeah, it's back to the basics. And actually, Murphy, what's going to be great is that, in a few months, people are going to be able to go reach back on their shelves and be able to pull a different book of your AV project manager handbook off the shelf. And this will be what they look at to be able to refresh and, so yes, we have folks, the AV Life team has the early edition of the book physically in our hands now. And this has been a long time coming. I know you're excited, Murphy. We're excited for you, because this has been like a long discussed book.
Yes.
And to have it in my hands.
I know.
It's proof it wasn't just making smoke.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get through it. Thank you for shipping those to us on the AV Life, and giving us a shout out on the back here. Yes.
Yeah, we got a little call out on the back.
Do we have an autograph inside?
No, this is a big copy. This won't be this is not
blank.
This is not for resale. This is for us to review.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then the real one, she'll probably send the nice fancy hand.
When the time comes and we have the fully published edition, you'll get your signature and a message. And I do anticipate finding the right moment to put that out there, probably before InfoComm.
Yes. So we will. Yeah, we don't.
You copy ARC in the publishing world. So.
That's awesome.
So we are very excited. This is a winter break item for me. Yes. So I'll be sitting down with this with my my highlighter, and because that's how I roll. Yeah. So.
And let me tell you, some of it's dry, but it's my voice. So it's me talking. This is not just a textbook. It's me talking.
And I think that's all that, that helps me when I read, when I know like a voice that I can attach to it. Like if I mean, yes, I can imagine and kind of come up with a voice, but like weird example, but the Harry Potter books, like when I could take as the other books were coming out, like I could read in the voices of like Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint, and I could do that, like, and that helped for me. That helps and moves the story along. So yeah, if I'm gonna read this, and I'm gonna have your voice, reading along to me here. So in my head,
I'm hoping all of you have heard me talk enough that apparently you're used to my voice already and can either like it or tolerate it. And so all of our audience who have been along with, since I've been part of the crew for a while, can know that's what you're getting when you all eventually, all of you stampede after it is unreleased. You can stampede and get it and hear my voice in writing.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we are definitely looking forward to that. That'll be a winter break task. Yeah, I know.
Same here.
So let's circle back a little bit. So I know, Nancy, I know you said you're stretching yourself a little thin here. But so I mean, what are some things you do to kind of like keep yourself at a level here? Like, I mean, obviously you just came back from a Disney cruise.
But you mean to balance? Because I've been working ever since I started with ScreenBeam. I've been working day and night. That my son even said, "Is this going to be regular?"
Oh.
But with any company, and I'm getting it now, and I'm trying to get in my groove. But I had booked that Disney cruise a year ago, so I was really looking forward to it, and I really am trying to balance out so that I'm not, engulfed in working, because like you said, Renee, I'm always on call. I mean, it doesn't matter if there's a weekend and I see an email, I'll respond to it, because people have deadlines.
Yeah.
And the more that you support them, the more they respect you. And that's that relationship building that they will want to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that having that empathy, but it's a hard effort to take that balance for yourself and not feel like you should be working.
Yeah. And I think as much as you can preach about it and we can all talk about it, I still, after all these years, find myself falling back into the trap where I'm like, okay, you're on hour 14, Renee. You're laying in bed with your laptop, watching the news that you're not really watching. Shut it down and get a good night's sleep. But I still feel like I have to tell myself, okay, it will be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
We are not performing brain surgery on people, right? We are providing them some technology. So
you know what? We need to go live in Europe.
Yeah.
Let's live in Europe where they adapt 4 days a week. You've got a month-long holiday, because it'll be there. Yeah.
So like I said, I think I set expectations. If I'm going to be gone, like we did my family Christmas with my kids and all my me and my husband's kids and grandkids this weekend. So we left on Thursday, we went to Branson, Missouri. We were there till Sunday. I let everybody know as much as I could, like this Thursday and Friday, I will be out of pocket. I will have on my out of office, my girlfriend who will help you out if you need something, but I'm not taking away from my grandkids or my kids because we never get all 20 of us together. Like hardly ever, because we've got Nevada, Alabama, Missouri, we got a lot of moving parts. So for this to happen, and so like people went to bed and I'd be like, oh, hammer out my emails as much as I could, you know? But I didn't give much. I mean, if I got a text, I would text back, text it to a coworker, say, can you help me here, to make sure they were taken care of. But I wasn't taken away from my family, you know, and everybody knew that. And, you know, and again, I had three large integrators that had their national sales meeting over the last, I think I had 3 in the last 5 weeks. So several of the weeks it was like, man, I'm just out of commission already as it is all day long. So, you know, I think just setting expectations and doing what you can and forcing yourself to, you know, I've even done, I think somebody on AV Life, I can remember who it was that taught me this. This is years ago. Like maybe it was Kim, but putting time on your calendar. Like expense report. I'll put an hour there for my expense report. It doesn't take me an hour to do my expense report, but if I can set that aside, get that task done, and then go take a minute, maybe go for a walk or go do a little bike ride or, you know, or something where it's like, you know what, I'm grouped out of there for an hour, even though it only took me 20 minutes, I'm going to go spend the rest of this time doing something else. I mean, I can't do that all the time, all day long, but, you know, setting little pockets like that aside that say, you know, take a break, force yourself to go take a break.
Yeah. Healthy boundaries. That was the other thing we had talked about. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like this is like, and the fact that you were, for the most part, people respected that.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Like that. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it's only if somebody wants to talk to you or want to put a meeting, they just look at your calendar. If there's a gap, they'll just throw something on your calendar. Right. So it's like, I had to go, okay, wait, there's a gap. Do I need that gap or do I want to leave myself open? Personally, you know, tag it, whatever.
My new boss, my new boss at Rutgers Newark, she actually puts in her lunch break in her calendar, so that way she makes sure she stops because she is a workhorse like that. Like she will just keep going, but she puts that block in of like, here's lunch, so it's a stop, and you know, so yeah, I think that's a great little piece of advice for those who are maybe you live by that calendar, then use it to your advantage like that.
Yeah.
It's like, give yourself the time.
Right. Because there's days that I remember getting up and I look up and go, no wonder I'm starving. It's 3:22. I haven't had lunch yet. Right.
Yeah.
And you don't block that.
My
time.
lunch was chocolate today.
Yeah.
my last meeting, because I hadn't eaten anything. I did a lunch and learn and talked, and then it was like, boom, get off and go to the next one.
Lunch, but you only learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You learned, oh, I should have eaten lunch.
I never eat at the lunch and learns either.
Well, no, you don't. You don't, right?
I don't.
And especially if you get them to order, they only order for their people.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think too, right now it's like, just kind of, I'm not burned out. I'm ready for some downtime, some forced downtime, which is fine. And, you know, let's get things. As a matter of fact, I was starting to look at January, February calendars. I'm like, oh, I just don't want to yet. You know, I don't want to. I think I'll just stay home. But
yeah. So I'm I'm looking forward to it too. Like, it's kind of like, and it's good, Renee, that you were able to, you recognize that you were like, you're getting to that point. Like, cause some people don't, like, you gotta know yourself in order to be like, hey, let me, you know, take a break and stop. Like, and, so yeah. And I think for some reason, this time off always comes at the right time. Like, and I know maybe it's just because that's how the cycle is, and that's how we are just go. You know, and I end up having to work a little later today, like, because the night guy called out sick, so I stayed a little later on campus, and then I like raced home, got the family. We did our Santa pictures, came home, dinner, I'm here. So it was like one thing after another.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like it's just what was supposed to be like a kind of easy flowing day ended up being a little more chaotic than I was intending. So
it happens. It
happens.
happens.
So yeah, this is like that's how this time of year ends up being anyhow, is that things just stack up, and then we hit Christmas break and it's like, okay.
Wait, I wasn't done with summer.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
So well, I'm it was funny. Joe Way put out a post, I think it was today, and he was saying that like he's like, in 2026, I'm not going to travel that much. And then he listed like 12 locations that he's going to be at already. And I'm like, all right, well,
I was going to reply to that and say, well, it doesn't look like no travel to me. But
yeah. So, and I will say just from my observations, and since he's not here to defend himself, I will say he's stepped back a lot. Like I remember it might have been 2021, 2022, somewhere around there. I think he was gone for like a couple days, like every week for like a couple months there. Like there was like a stretch, like he was in Dubai and then he was here and there was it was everywhere. Like and then he got back. I remember him saying when he got back, he's like, yeah, I can't do that anymore. Like, and that I think he had figured out that he had traveled, I don't know, 40 out of 52 weeks or something like that. Like,
oh my gosh, I
think it was something crazy like that. Yeah. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it's you got to be careful. Like
when you start skipping countries, you start adding some major, messing with your mind with hours and all that stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's bad enough when I go to Denver back and forth. I'm like, oh, I lost an hour. Oh, an hour. But yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. If anybody is watching our YouTube channel, you can see it. Like, these are swollen, tired eyes. But I'm ready.
Poor Renee.
Well, I've had my last trip though.
Good.
So I got back last week from my last national sales meeting. Actually, Nancy, I met one of your coworkers down there.
Who?
Oh, he's got a ponytail.
He's got a ponytail. Nobody has a ponytail. Or is he a field service guy?
Yeah.
That I never met?
Yeah, I'll have to. He knew you. But anyway, so I'm on my last trip. So at least I know now. I'm like, okay, now I can start getting Christmas stuff done and stuff around the house and projects. And
I don't even know when I'm going to get Christmas decorations up. I just down my fall stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still picking away at my outdoor decorations, and like the last few days have been so cold. Like I just haven't want to be outside to do that. So
we're sending you some relief. It was like 52 today.
Okay.
So we're sending you some relief here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, please, because.
But
I think tomorrow we're actually supposed to potentially get snow. There's a chance of snow tomorrow.
Oh.
But it's gonna be a high of 43, so maybe not until like later in the day. Yeah, it's later tomorrow. So if I'll race home after work and knock out a couple. So weirdest thing talking about decorations. My 3 inflatable. Oh, we lost Murphy.
She gone.
She gone.
You lost an inflatable?
And so I lost 3 actually. They all the fans all died on all 3 of them at the same So I ended up. It doesn't make sense to buy replacement parts for these things, except for the one snowman. I have like an 8-foot tall snowman, so that I bought a new fan for. So I'm gonna try replacing that. But then I had like 2 little other inflatables, and it doesn't make sense to buy the replacement part because the inflatable itself is cheaper if you just buy brand new.
You're kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you buy them all at the same time or something?
No, they all were like staggered. So I don't know. I don't know if I got some sort of surge that came
I was
through
gonna
and
say.
burned them out. And so I got brand new extension cord to go along with it. And so I don't know.
Gotta have the inflatables.
Yeah, I mean it's that's kind of like I will say most of my setup is like LED light, like I got a light up I got a bunch of light up reindeer. I got oh, come on, mouse. I got light up reindeer. I got a light up igloo and like some light up trees and stuff like that. So like
Right.
we go very white light like in that respect. But then I do have a couple of inflatables. So, but it's just and everything's getting so expensive now too. That's the other part.
Yeah, there's that too.
So, welcome back, Murphy. We lost you for a second there.
Before I came back on, I made sure to choose the right microphone
Okay, and yeah, it's not doing the echo thing anymore. So
because I chose the right microphone.
there you go.
Not one, that one.
That does help.
I try to use my experience.
I was just lamenting over the expense of decorations. So
Christmas decor.
We'll have to put our outside decorations out. My husband, see, we could put the pretty lights all around the house, as is tradition. But then recently they came up with, by recently, I mean, I don't know, a few years ago, they came up with these sort of nets of lights that we could drape over our bushes. And my husband thought, climbing on the roof is not as necessary.
You gotta be careful.
And I think, I can approve of this message. I took OSHA training to learn how to use ladders to kill people. I'm like, okay. So we still got to do that. But we did put the tree up this weekend.
Well, Nancy, when I started getting kind of crazy last year, I was like, I think my Christmas decor is going to go in half.
Yeah.
And this year I only have a couple of trees. I have a few things out, but we did our family Christmas in Branson. I had, the kids were here this weekend, and that's all I got. I don't have anybody else coming to this house for anything really, probably. So, and I don't have any kids at home anymore. So I'm like, you know what? A couple of trees, some decor. We're calling it a day, because I took my fall stuff down and Christmas stuff up all one day in between the travels. And I'm like, okay.
You made some choices.
Yeah, you're right, Nancy. We need the energy of the 30-year-olds like we used to be able to do.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I was with my engineer. Actually, Tim, I was telling you he wants to jump on. I might invite him next week.
Yeah, please. Yeah, send that over to him.
But he's like, I would love to come on and talk about, kind of being young in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
Young and energetic. Kind of reminds me of what we did with Paige.
I was just thinking that with Paige and David. Yeah.
David, that's right.
Same kind of thing and so now though, I mean, I've taken him under my wing. I call him my grasshopper. And he calls me Mama Bear. So I, introduce him to people and kind of always am telling him, giving him all sorts of advice and stuff. And so he's like, well, maybe we could talk about, my perspective of what it's like to come in as a young person. I go, we love that kind of stuff. So,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love that.
So that would be perfect to talk about during the Christmas party. So.
Yeah. So I'll see if he can make it next week. Yeah.
Yeah. And we do have a couple of other folks that I have lined up. I'm not going to spoil it. So we'll,
Yay.
And as I've always said, if there are folks out there, if you're listening to this, it's it's tomorrow as you're listening to this. We're recording on the 16th. Drop us a line. I'll send you the invite and just come by 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Holiday attire is not mandatory, but is encouraged, as I like to say.
Mandatory. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that's the best thing that I had being on the cruise was wearing all the Disney stuff and pulling out the Disney Christmas things too.
Yeah.
So
that's always my favorite. I know it's kind of silly, but my favorite thing to do for when I'm packing for Disney is like, okay, this T-shirt is for Hollywood Studios. This T-shirt is for Epcot. It's like that's like planning that.
That's how I plan.
Yep. And then I have like alternates if I decide like, yeah, I don't need that. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand. I get it.
I'll be in holiday attire for sure.
All
I'll
right.
have to decide. I don't know what holiday item will make an appearance for me. So we'll figure it out. So there's options.
And I have some new things on order. We'll see if they come in.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll find one that's a 2-day ship. I know you were just saying maybe not, but
There's
we'll
some
see.
out there. There's some out there, but I'm just like there's so many funny ones now. And
Oh yeah.
naughty. There's some naughty ones. There's some really naughty ones.
Well, that's a shocker.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I don't think that Santa Claus would approve that.
All right.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. All right. Well, yeah, we're at 45 minutes. So Nancy, rest up, take it easy.
Yeah, safe
We'll
travels
see.
home tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah,
safe
thank you.
travels. Yeah, we'll catch you
Catch me on the flip side.
catch you on the flip side. Catch you on the flippity flip. For our office fans out there.
And Murphy, I look forward to seeing your book when I get home.
Yep, it'll be there.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And to all of our listeners, thank you for chiming in here with us tonight. Murphy and Renee, also thank you for joining, and glad to have everybody back. So folks, we'll catch you next time on the AV Life, and as always, until our next adventure.